POV. You're some moneybag style plastic enthusiast and have managed to collect every single regular Skylander, every repos, mini, in-game variant, vehicle, and enough traps and creation crystals to satisfy your appetite. Good job, buddy! Now you can finally retire. I mean, that's the next logical step here. It's not like there's any other Skylanders that you could feasibly collect. You're not gonna actually. Oh, God, no. Yep, we're doing it. The video that some people in this community clearly don't have the kahunas to handle. Every single one of those blue, green, red, golden, silver, bronze, patina, every other type of metallic, clear, flocked, pearl, stone, glow in the dark little shits. The Chase variants. You know, the blink and you miss them slippery little bastards that'll drain your patience and your bank account. And there's 78 of them. So, let's get into the financially nightmarish hypothetical of purchasing all the Skylanders Chase variants in 2024. So, before we begin, a few things to know about the Chase variants for the uncultured swines among us. Chase variants are essentially the cream of the crop of Skylanders collectibles. Made with limited quantity and difficult to come across, the devs always intended for these to be collector's items. And after 10 odd years, yes, they definitely are. Outside of a few cheapies here and there, these guys will send you to debt pretty damn quick, with some of them being all but unobtainable today. I mean, the Chase variants don't even provide any in-game substance either, showing up as regular versions just with a little special tag when you place them on the portal. Which seems redundant, as they already have the Autism Speech Power Blue toy line. But while these are stupid, something about their shiny presentation does activate some neuron that does make you want them. And I mean, they've said it themselves, you got no gold, you got no fucking glory. And I guess that's reason enough for some people to want to buy them, as a bunch of people are gunning to get these guys. So, this will not be cheap and not be easy. And while obviously if you were a reasonable human, you could theoretically just keep your eagle eyes open and probably eventually get most of these at a good deal with some luck. In this scenario though, you're financially irresponsible, like the average Skylanders fan. So we're just going to be going by the standard prices, and in some cases, the only prices. Also, due just to the collectible nature of the Chase variants over normal Skylanders, I'm going to have the prices for the inbox and the loose, as those two prices can vary wildly. I'll also have two categories, the cheap asses and the bank busters. I'm going to be coming up with the prices in this video by taking the average prices of both sold and currently available listings from multiple sites like eBay, Mercari, and occasionally price charting. And honestly, while I'm going to try to get the most accurate price possible, I may bungle a few of them. But I'm only human after all, so don't put the blame on me. Also, like, half these prices are probably going to be outdated, like 2 weeks after this video goes live, so keep that in mind as well. And lastly, just due to the weird way chases were handled throughout the series, we're going to go in reverse chronological order for the games. Oh, and because the United States is also the only country on Earth, these prices will all be in USD. But without any more stalling, let's start with Skylanders Imaginators. So, as is Skylanders Imaginators tradition, there are no cheap asses from this game. All of them will waste a pretty good chunk of cash. And while Imaginators only has 5 chases, so actually somewhat consumer friendly, all of that is sidelined by the fact that Imaginators also has the highest average price among those 5 chases. Nice. But starting off, the cheapest of the Imaginators chases is ironically an employee exclusive, December, with absolutely no lack of listings in box, coming in at an average price of $247.50 in box. And then I actually only found one listing of her loose, and it was $175, so we'll go with that. Next up is Orange Chain Reaction, also with a pretty good amount of listings, but averaging at $397 in box and $320 loose. By the way, this guy would probably be like $100 cheaper right now, if not for Jap28 owning all of them. There were a lot of loose listings for Clear Starcast. Unfortunately, that doesn't make him any less expensive at $291 loose and $481 in box. Have fun with that one, wallet. But second to last, we have Rock Candy Pinata, by far the most visually appealing Imaginators Chase in my opinion. That's not saying much though. Anyway, I only found 3 listings, 2 of which are in box and 1 is loose. But since there's a $200 gap between both inbox listings, I decided not to include the more expensive one in the average, meaning we have $450 for him in box. And the loose listing is $355. So, this guy is just goofy like that. Unfortunately, rounding out Imaginators is Blue Barbella, Pink Blue Barbella, Blue Pink Barbella, one of those names. Anyway, a forgettable chase for a forgettable character. It seems like people also forgot to list her on anything because I only found 2 damn listings in box with $439.50 average. As for the loose price, while I don't like using pricecharting.com as their Skylanders prices are usually iffy at best, they will be my main source if I just simply can't find any listings of a character. And they say a loose price of Blue Pink Barbella is $195, so with a grain of salt, of course. But nobody wants Barbella anyway, so we're good. With all that settled, there's no more chases for Imaginators. Oh, yeah. So, you guys know Tom Brady, right? And you guys also know the Activision CEO guy, Bobby Kotick. So they're like tight, you know? And because they're so tight, back in the day, 2016, Brady's kid, Ben, right? He had a birthday, and so they had a party to celebrate his birthday. And Bobby Kotick was like, "Yo, bro, your kid likes Skylanders, right? That's what the kids are into these days. Well, I own it. So like, I'm gonna hook you up with some sick limited edition party favors, man." And hence, Happy Birthday Ben Starcast was birthed into existence, as Starcast was Ben's favorite sensei as a little boy. And one thing that's so funny to me though, is Ben and most of the other young attendees of the party have probably long forgotten Skylanders like any normal person would, and their Birthday Ben Starcasts are probably just gathering dust in a closet or something, while a bunch of random people on the internet are frothing at the mouth for it. Anyway, that's my fun little story time. But since this chase was only given at the party, and to a few employees, very limited quantity, there probably weren't even more than 100 of these produced. So, good luck getting one. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to mark this guy as unobtainable. So with the 5 chases for Imaginators, excluding Birthday Ben Starcast, they're going to run you $1,997, not even including shipping or tax. If you want to get them loose though, it'll cost you $1,387.50, also not including Birthday Ben Starcast. But nearly at $2,000 already for the inbox category. This is the first game we've done, and relative to some of the other games, Imaginators is actually kind of light on the pricing in the chase variants. So this is my final warning, turn back now. As we get into Skylanders Superchargers, while there are certainly a few getting close, I hesitate to call any of these guys cheap asses, as they're at least as expensive as some of the rarer regular Skylanders. But one that's really got me on the fence is Patina High Volt, with no lack of listings, coming in at $82.50 in box and $62.50 loose. Not horrible compared to Imaginators, but realistically, that's still a good bit of money for a fucking Skylander. By the way, while we're here, I might as well talk about Superchargers' trademark of the chase variant scene, the Patina variants, which occupy over half of this game's chases. And like, who the hell came up with this? Personally, I think it looks ugly as hell, and nothing makes you want to buy it based on appearance. Don't get me wrong, none of the chase variants will have any mind-boggling designs, just something basic but effective at giving them a rare feeling, if that makes any sense. Anyway, small tangent aside, since the first is High Volt, I'm bundling in his vehicle as well. And ironically, while Patina High Volt is actually pretty common, Patina's Shield Striker is absolutely gone. I literally had to go on eBay UK just to find a listing of it because there wasn't a single active one in North American eBay. But price translated to USD ended up averaging at $272, with me needing to go on price charting to find the loose price. So with a grain of salt, $176 loose. Patina Lava Lance Eruptor and Patina Burn Cycle combo are next, and while Patina Burn Cycle was so common you'd find it at every corner drugstore, Patina Eruptor was also gone. Had to go on eBay UK a second time just to find an active listing of him in box. Anyway, loose Patina Lava Lance Eruptor comes to $130 loose, of course, and the big ass incline of $287.50 for the inbox version. Like I said, much easier on the wallet, we have Patina Burn Cycle, only $45 loose and $78.25 in box, which while any regular Skylanders standard is way too much, it's a breath of fresh air from all these absolute bank breakers we've been running through. But he's the cheapest on Superchargers, so enjoy it while it lasts. And it no longer lasts. Let's move on. Next up is the holiday employee exclusive of Skylanders Superchargers, once again not taking the most expensive slot, Snowbright Stormblade. Everyone who owns this Skylander, by the way, hide them from Chemical Bakery. Regardless of that warning though, it doesn't seem like anyone hid her on eBay as she's pretty easy to find a listing for, and when it comes to employee exclusives, pretty cheap as well, going for a decent 154 loose and 185 in box. Coming in pretty tame relative to others. Good job, Snowbright. And taking the cake, we have the non-Patina, thank God, Bronze Bone Bash Roll. And taking the cake, we have the non-Patina, thank God, Bronze Bone Bash Roller Brawl and Bronze Tomb Buggy. And even though they both have a good bit of listings, still pretty damaging to the wallet. Starting with the Bronze Tomb Buggy, who's practically the same price as Snowbright Stormblade loose and in box. At loose we have $154 and at box we have $188.40. Yikes. Have fun with that for a vehicle, even. However, capping off Skylanders Superchargers chases, we have probably the most aesthetically pleasing chase of this game, barring possibly Snowbright Stormblade, Bronze Bone Bash Roller Brawl. And this one is gonna cost you big time. Even the loose goes for $250 and $285 for the box version. Also, a few days after writing the script, I actually got this pair in box, so that's freaking sweet. Anyway, bringing Superchargers to a close, the total for the in-box Skylanders Supercharger chases comes out to $1,378.65. Which, like all Superchargers figures, is actually relatively decent compared to the Imaginators Economy Massacre. As well, the loose figure prices barely even escape the quadruple digits at $975.50. So, while a step back from Imaginators, it's still really not cheap. However, in a surprising plot twist, Trap Team, possibly the most anti-consumer game, comes in clutch in terms of the chase variants. So, let's see how that works out. I really do think it is so funny how Trap Team, the game that has made the most anti-consumer decisions around their figures, only has 3 chase variants, which, let's just say, was a very big turning point from Skylanders Swap Force. I guess they just decided if they were going to make a bunch of figures, might as well make them actually functional in game, instead of just a bunch of stupid chases. But overall, if you already have all the regular Skylanders, your wallet's suffering is behind it for Trap Team. Don't get me wrong, this will still hurt, but not nearly as bad as any of the other game's chase variant selections. Starting off easy enough, Crystal Clear Tough Luck. And while you could just purchase that $10,000 listing that's been sitting on eBay forever, I'm gonna go with the actually tangible listings, which average out to about $190 for the glazed girl that's on the Trap Team in box, and if you want her loose, you get $60 off that for $130. Coming in eerily close to Crystal Tough Luck though, Clear Shortcut. At $198 in box and also $130 loose, if you can't see the trend, Trap Team really enjoyed their Crystal Clear variants. And while I think there's certainly cooler chase types, Clear is definitely still pretty cool, and I'll take that shit over Patina any day. It is interesting though that they only gave the Trap Masters chases, and in a funny way, only gave the forgotten Trap Masters chases. I mean, I love Tough Luck and Shortcut, but they certainly aren't the most iconic Trap Masters there is. But when you're talking about forgettable, nobody fits that description like Thunderbolt. Not bad, not really good either though, but definitely the most expensive when you get the clear version, because clear Thunderbolt, getting the not so impressive accolade of the most expensive Trap Team Chase variant, you can find this guy for an average about $270 in box, and just a little bit higher at approximately $141 loose. But with that, Trap Team Chase roster ends, not on a bang, but on a whimper. Credit where credit is due, Trap Team was actually the most consumer-friendly game for the first and only time for Chase variants. $663 is the in-box total, and while it's the best of the franchise, still not exactly cheap. But the cost of these 3 characters loose is only $401. With that money, you could just buy Robo and get an all-new level pack. But nah, I'll take 3 crystal clear Trap Masters loose. That's more important. But with a relatively light break from Trap Team, the true savings slaughter is about to begin. If you thought Imaginators was bad, just fucking wait for Swap Force, Giants, and especially Spyro's Adventure. But hey, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. First, let's see what Swap Force has got cooking. So, from Skylanders Swap Force, we actually have some cheap asses for the first time of the video. Out of the 15 chases from this game, 2 of them won't completely bankrupt you. Heavy Metal Sprocket and Green Metallic Washbuckler. Heavy Metal Sprocket is ridiculously abundant, being $17.75 loose and only $2 more at $19.50 in box. As for Metallic Washbuckler, he's also very common, being a starter pack chase, but also, what counts as him in box? Because trying to find a new Swap Force starter pack with this guy will be a pretty hellish experience. But I found a listing where he's literally been cut out of the starter pack, still in the plastic, so I guess I'll count that as new in box at $40. And when he's loose, he's about 15. But my friends, that's 2 out of 15 that have given our finances grace. But now, it's about to get brutal. With the 13 bank breakers we have left to go. Surprisingly, the cheapest actually rare Swap Force chase is this game's holiday employee exclusive, Snowderdash, being pretty damn abundant herself. With many listings to pull from, she averaged at about $209 in box and $125 loose. Still expensive, but absolutely nothing compared to what's ahead. Green Dual Blade Chop Chop next, pulling up another relatively cheap price of $217.25 in box and approximately $182 loose. Now for a very interesting case indeed. There's Bronze and Silver Trap Shadow. And I'll be honest here, these are probably worth a bit more than I'm putting, but I legitimately couldn't find a single listing for him. Sold or currently available. I checked Google Shopping, Mercari, eBay, UK eBay, German eBay, Canadian eBay, Australian eBay, and way too many more damn eBays, but nothing. So I don't really have any choice but to go with the potentially inaccurate PriceCharting.com prices, which say he is $250.90 new in box and $222.50 loose. The next cheapest in-box chase is Green Scorp, $270 for him in box and $180 loose. A little bit of a spike from the 2 cheap asses, but I'm just glad to see my boy Scorp got a chase variant at least. Now, moving on, the Toy Fair exclusive Metallic Red Dune Bugs comes in next at $300 in box and $193 loose. Wow, we're already at the 300 mark, and this is the 5th of the bank breakers. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have absolutely nowhere to put these guys in terms of price rankings, so I'm just gonna plop them right in the middle. There are 3 Frito-Lay exclusive sweepstakes prizes, the clear Fire Bone hot dogs, and the 3 colors of the Bone Flame, which some may settle with just getting one of the colors, but in this hypothetical, you're going through the trouble of getting every single chase variant, so, might as well just go the extra step and get all 3 colors. So, cheapest of the 3 clear hot dogs is Red Flame color, coming into $205.25 average in box and $180 loose. The middle child, Purple Flame hot dog, a bit of a hike at $275 in box and $198.60 loose, but damn, Green Flame hot dog really showed both his brothers up at an atrocious $352 in box and $275 loose. Jeez, man. Getting all 3 colors of the Frito-Lay Clearbone hot dogs total at $832.65 in box and $653.06 loose. Yikes. But on to more expensive things. Next of kin is Green Riptide, just barely beating out Red Doombug at $305.75 in box, and I think the cheapest rare one loose at $117. Now, I can definitely simp for him if he's worth that kind of money. Finishing out the 300s is Gold Firecracken. who's 323 inbox and 168 loose. But no, my friends, hold on to your asses, because this will be a wild top 3. In third place for Skylanders Swap Force Chase variants is Gold and Bronze Doomstone. You'd be hard pressed to find a listing of my man, but if you do, he's gonna be damn well expensive. $450 in box is the price I got, and if you want to settle for less, you can cop him loose for $231.75. And yeah, he's only third. The new most expensive chase we've discussed yet, beating out any of the Imaginators chases, Silver and Gold Stink Bomb, as well as international shipping for my North American people, which isn't being factored in, of course. The base price for him on average is an eye-watering $625 in box. Robo can go pound sand because Stink Bomb is the shit, apparently. I guess he's so expensive because everyone who got him collectively decided to unbox him. Because while he's $625 in box, loose, he's only a meager $158. But that's only second place, my man. What could possibly be first place? The literal currency-obsessed gremlin, the chase variant of an in-game variant, festive ass motherfucker, flocked Springtime Series 3 Big Bang Tribber Happy. Man, I wish I was one of the lucky son of a bitches to get this guy, because in the year of our Lord 2024, he is worth approximately $716 USD in original packaging. You could buy an Xbox Series X, a Switch Lite, and 40-piece McNuggets for that money, but nah, gotta get the fluffy Eggman. He's also about 315 loose, which is more than half of these motherfuckers in box. And with that, Swap Force is done, just like your bank account. Because if you want all these chases, you'll be paying $2,578.60 loose, and $4,559.05 in box. Have fun with that one, man. And like I said, Swap Force is still not the worst it gets. Between SSA and Giants, there are still a combined total of 43 chases left, which means that we are still not even halfway done. Holy crap. There is some good news to be had though. Out of the 22 chase variants from Skylanders Giants, 7 of them are cheap passes. So even though they have the most chase variants of any game in the series, they also have, on average, probably one of the lower prices. Starting off though, possibly one of the cheapest cheap asses in the franchise, and one of the cheapest chases obviously, Glow in the Dark Series 2 Sonic Boom at $9 in box, and a fucking $2.25 loose on average. Metallic Green Shroom Boom is next at $12.50 in box and about $6 loose. Golden Series 2 Flameslinger is next at about $21 in box and $10.40 loose. Slightly more now is Glow in the Dark Fright Rider at $24 in box and $8.50 loose. And the chase variant that should have appeared in game next, Pumpkin Eyebrow, for $28 boxed up and $10.25 loose. Seriously guys, if you're just getting him loose, you should actually pick this guy up because of how unique and cool the figure is. But last of the cheap asses, actually Glow in the Dark Cinder, in the starter pack, coming about $6 loose. But wait, so obviously being another starter pack chase, she wouldn't have her own packaging. But when looking, I found this listing of her in a single pack, and I have never seen this shit before in my life. I had no idea it existed. It kinda looks photoshopped low-key, but fuck it, let's go with it. And that costed $54 for the in-box Glow in the Dark Cinder. Now though, we are no longer free. Time for the bank breakers. First of which is E3 Bronze Hot Dog, and I must say, it is very weird how relative to the other chases, E3 variants are actually kinda cheap. Very odd to me though, this brown boy will cost you $132 in box and about $104 loose. Incrementally higher is the Frito-Lay Halloween Fright Rider, at about $133.75 in box and $52 loose. Sparkle Sprocket is next with a price as forgettable as her character, $153.05 in box and $110 loose. Next is my GOAT though, Lightning Rod, rocking the best color purple, and he's metallic. I actually kinda want this one, not gonna lie. Anyway, Series 2 Purple Metallic Lightning Rod coming in at a respectable $171 in box and $81 loose. Next up, taking a bit of a leap, Stone Zook for short. This guy is going to clock in about $262.50 boxed and $216.50 loose. Ever so slightly more. The first of 2 Lightcore Prism Breaks, Lightcore Snowflock Prism Break at $264.50 boxed and $210 loose. And appears next up is one of Thanos' polished nuts? Oh wait, I see. It appears that this is not one of Thanos' polished purple testicles. It is actually Purple Metallic Series 2 Wrecking Ball, purchasable for about $274 in box or $180 for the loose testy. And we got the other stoner, being Stone Whirlwind, who will set you back $277 for a box and 150 loose. Then we have the second Chop Chop Chase we've covered, Metallic Series 2 Chop Chop Blue, which you can get for about $287 in box and 134 loose. Kicking it off the 300s almost exactly is Series 2 Sonic Boom's second Chase variant showing, this time being the Sparkle Series 2 Sonic Boom. Lots of S's in that one. And lots of dollars in her damned price. You'd be lucky to find a listing of her since all the damn search results show up the same as the glow-in-the-dark version whenever you try to search for her. But once you eventually find a listing for her, you'll be spending about $300 on the dime to get her inbox and about $100 to get her loose. Next is the Snowflocked Lava Monster. Actually, yeah, that tracks in Skylanders logic. Snowflocked Series 2 Eruptor. 310 inbox and 170 loose on a good day. And then for the other Sparkle, Sparkle Hothead, he is quite the little shit to your wallet. But surprisingly, not the most expensive chase of a giant Skylander. Still very expensive though, like $316 in box type expensive, and $252 loose type expensive. Anyway, next is the second biggest spender from Giants, the Violet Vamp. Purple Metallic Eyebrow. Quite the elusive guy. Same problem as Sparkle Sonic Boom, trying to search for this guy just shows his pumpkin counterpart. Regardless, I got the prices, which come to about 356 in box on a good day, and 175 loose. And for once, the holiday employee exclusive of this game is actually the rarest one from this game, that being the Employee Edition Flocked Lightcore Prison Break. That is a mouthful. Anyway, while listings are common for this man, they ain't cheap. $440 is the going rate for him in box, and $295 loose. But it seems like most people luckily left him in box. And with that, Giants is done. Not as much of a bloodbath as I thought it would be, to be honest, but still career ruining for sure. To get all these boys loose, you'll have to pay $2,397.40. And for the actually important number, $4,048.25 to get all these chases new in box. We are in the final stretch, ladies and gents, but there are surely still a few upsets to be seen in the 21 chases from Spyro's adventure. Venturing into Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, one thing that is very noticeable about this game is the fact that there are 4 in-game variants total, right? But fucking 21 chases in this game. Like, holy crap, they just had a field day with this one. I know Giants technically had more, but Giants also just had a lot more in general going on. SSA was just a basic introductory game, but nah, they really gotta pack in the fancy collectible plastic. And even worse for our finances, only 3 of these 21 are cheap asses. So, we have 18 bank breakers here, and I promise, that adds up quick. But you know, numbers speak louder than letters, so let's begin with the cheapest ass among us, Green Gilgrunt. Goated 360 Bundle Edition at a consumer-friendly price. Gotta love it. You can snag green fish fingers for $11.75 loose. Unlike the other starter pack chases though, I couldn't find any weird new in-box adjacent listings, so for the box category, we're just gonna put the same price as loose. Then we have the first of 2 Drill Sergeants, Red Drill Sergeant, who only goes for $23.50 in box and $6.75 loose. Cheap as hell. And lastly, for the cheap asses, Blue Bash will only run you $43.50 in box and $24.70 loose. Kind of expensive actually, but relatively, that's nothing. Anyway, on to the chase variants that actually have rights, first of which is Series 1 Flocked Stump Smash, going for 160 box top and 66 loose. Next up is Silver Eruptor, and before you know it, we're already at 200. With Silver Eruptor being 200 on the dot in box and 145 loose. But actually, tied with Silver Eruptor for 200 is Golden Drill Sergeant at also $200 in box and $131 loose. But after that we got second Gold Flame Slinger we've covered, and the first chronologically. Series 1 Golden Flame Slinger is actually worth his golden paint though, being a cool $225 for the box and $132.50 loose. And we actually have another tie in pricing. Glow-in-the-Dark Zap, who is also $225 in box, with a bit of a hike from Flameslinger for the loose though, being $158. But no one actually cares about the loose total. One weird thing though, there are 3 glow-in-the-dark variants from SSA, and this might just be me, but I had no idea any of these existed before the video. I thought glow-in-the-dark variants begin with Giants, but we still got 2 more glowing ones to do anyway, so let's keep up the pace. And by golly, we're already almost into the 300s, with glow-in-the-dark Wrecking Ball costing $295 in box and $137.50 loose. I'm glad this time he doesn't look like a fictional species' testicle though. Now we move right on into the 300s with Gold Chop Chop right on the market, $300 in box and $158 loose. One trend I'm noticing is even as the price in box gets higher, the loose prices stay around the same. Odd. But swiftly moving forward, we have Silver Dino Rang, and Mr. Rang or Metallic Shine here goes for a hefty $320 in box and $111 loose. Nice. But for the third damn tie of this game, Silver Boomer is $320 boxed up as well. He's also got an $8 lead on his Silver Brother though, only being about $103 loose. But did you think it ended there? No, this is a three-way tie that is. Metallic Purple Cinder, the New York Toy Fair exclusive, also cost $320 in box, but weirdly only $80 loose. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for. What? No, not the overall total. I'm talking about my Schmucky Wuppums Crystal Stealth Elf. From my research, he's going for about $373.50 in box, and in June of 2021 when I got her, it costed $315 including shipping. But fucking inflation, so adjusting for inflation, $315 in June of 2021 equates to $356 in 2024, which means I have barely made a profit margin if I were to resell from the $350 purchase price to the $373 total now. But I would never do that, of course, never resell. Still though, hell yeah. Oh, also, her current loose price is $147.50. Anyhow, let's keep going. Slightly higher up is Pearl Hex, actually a very visually appealing chase, I must say, and she was a German Toy Fair exclusive, so she's gonna cost quite a penny. And barely missing the cut for $400, she certainly does. Pearl Hex will run you $385.25 in box and $170 loose. Then we have one of the most iconic chases by a mile, Chrome Spyro, also barely out of the $400 reach. He's going to cost you $390 in box and $142.50 loose, or you could get the far superior Chrome Spyro. Now, finally reaching $400, we have yet another tie, the first of which being Glow-in-the-Dark Warnado, which jumps us all the way up to $440 in box, but shockingly, only $61 loose. I guess everyone just took theirs out of box, man, I don't know. Now, for the other member of the tie, Crystal Clear Whirlwind, who oddly didn't even release until the Swap Force era, fun fact. So it makes sense she's gonna cost quite a bit of coin. Also, $440 in box, but $225 loose, so yeah, this one is just rare in all manners. But now we've gotten to the top three, and they will not disappoint you. The third place of Skylanders Spyro's Adventure Chase variants is Crystal Clear Whamshell, at an eye-watering $525 in box and $320 loose. But this is a close race, and Crystal Clear Cinder only comes in $5 more at $530 in box, but only $170 loose, so I don't know what that's about. But without further ado, the last chase variant of this video, and the most costly chase variant from Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, Red Camo, or alternatively, Fruit Punch Camo, is incrementally more expensive than second place at $537.50 in box and $260 loose. As another SSA chase that was actually released in 2013 during Swap Force, nobody picked up this lad. But with that said and done, the treacherous total of Skylanders Spyro's Adventure selection of chase variants comes to $2,753.20. Loose, of course. Not even that bad relatively, only a little bit more than Swap Force's loose total. But all the boxes, the moment you've actually been waiting for, comes to $6,265 fucking dollars. Holy crap, Division. Why? Why Toys for Bob? It didn't need to be like this. But alas, the past is past, and Spyro's Adventure definitely takes the title of most brutal on your wallet when you're going for chases, even though it's ironically one of the cheapest games if you're trying to complete a regular collection. And with that, we have covered all the games and all the chase variants, with the exception of Birthday Ben Starcast, because fuck that guy. We have tallied the prices of every single damn chase. But before we get to the final price tag, a few notable accolades to waste some more time. Obviously, the most expensive game for chases ended up being Spyro's Adventure, and Trap Team was the least expensive, which is the exact opposite of when you're trying to buy a regular collection, so that's pretty funny. Next, the most expensive chase based on my prices was Flocked Springtime Big Bang Trigger Happy at a tear-jerking $716 in box. The ultimate example of no gold, no glory. The cheapest chase variant, however, was Glow-in-the-Dark Series 2 Sonic Boom, the oldest chase I actually have personally, being a laughable $9 in box and fucking $2.25 loose. This is actually a very intriguing category though. The element with the most chase variants is actually Undead, with 13 chase variants across the games. And Hot Dog is the Skylander with the most single chases due to his 3 different colored flame versions of Swap Force. And there are actually more crystal clear chase variant types than any other type, having 11 from across the entire series. Anyway, no more stalling. Without a further ado, the final prices. Starting with the loose, I have no idea why you'd buy all the chases loose. Like, if you're buying them all, just get them in the boxes at that point. But regardless, Imaginators costs $1,302 loose, Superchargers was $975.50, Trap Team was $401, Swap Force was $2,578.60, Giants was $2,397.40, and SSA was $2,753.20, coming to a total of $10,407.70 to get every single chase variant loose, aside from Birthday Bin Starcast. Damn, I don't even need to tell you what type of stuff you can buy with $10,000. Yikes, yikes. But now for the actual moment you have all been waiting for like the 4th time this video. The total that actually matters to get every single Skylanders Chase variant new in box. It will cost $1,975.20 from Imaginators, $1,378.65 from Superchargers. Trap Team costs $663, Swap Force is $4,559.05, $4,048.25 from Giants, and $6,265 from Skylanders Mars Adventure, for a grand total of $18,889.15 USD. There are some places where you could put a down payment on a house for that much money. Nearly $19,000 is how much it'll probably cost you to be Portal Power TV. And that's just the raw total, man. You still need taxes. It'll probably cost you a fortune in shipping. So, now, let's do some quick math. Let's see. So, in the United States, the average tax rate is 5.1%. And 5.1% of $18,889.15 is $963.35, which adds to the total to get $19,846.50. And then let's just say, very generous, only $5 to ship each chase. Each of the 78 chases, there is another $390 to add to an approximate total of $20,236.50. Damn, I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, I guess it's not as bad as being a Pokemon card collector. What was it, like $1 million or some shit for a PSA 10 Charizard? But overall, I cannot stress enough, despite the natural gamer urge to get 100% completion, please do not try this bullshit. Even if you're like Elon Musk or some crap, still, there are better ways to spend your money. And if you buy all of them, then the price goes up for me. I mean, what? But yeah, there it is. The cost of every Skylanders Chase variant in 2024. All that research and work for a total that will probably be outdated in 2 weeks. All said and done though, I hope this video was entertaining enough. This video was a bit of an experiment for me towards more long form and polished content, and if you did enjoy, I would really appreciate you getting that subscribe button, you know? I'm probably working on another video that you'll enjoy right now, or I'm sitting on my ass eating potato chips listening to Breath of the Wild trailer theme on repeat for hours and hours on end. Also though, I would love to have you in my Discord server. We talk about Skylanders and whatever else comes into discussion. We're a little bit power blue on there, but that's part of the fun. But I will stop my yapping as this script just reached 10 pages. Sincerely, thank you for watching and have a nice